Our next guests are the creators of the Emmy Award-winning animated series South Park, which begins its 10th season on March 22nd. Here they are, Trey Parker and Matt Stone. A little something you requested?
Yeah, how come we get the clown music?
Sounds nice, doesn't it?
Well...
So 10 years, the thing has been on the air and pretty much saved Comedy Central. Was it? Well, how did the thing go from being your little project actually getting on the network?
Well, when we met in college, and we made a little film called Spirit of Christmas that was all about Santa fighting Jesus for the spirit of Christmas.
And this is the kind of thing everybody knew about. I mean,
it was like this little short that was one of the first things to kind of hit the internet and get passed around and passed around, and we had a lot of Hollywood friends that passed it around, and we got the show out of it. Yeah. It really started from that short.
Yeah.
And we were sure, I mean, when we did the show, we were sure we were going to have 6 episodes. I mean, we got an order for 6, and we're like, let's just make 6, really messed up episodes, and then we know we'll be kicked out of Hollywood after that.
Yeah. And was the early response always positive, or was it mixed?
God, I think it was pretty much positive. I mean, the ratings went really it was a pretty meteoric rise as far as ratings went. It was kind of freaky in the beginning, but and that's why we thought, okay, well, this won't last now.
Yeah.
And
but there was definitely a lot of things, people coming out and critics saying, well, it's just really bad animation and fart jokes, and we're like, right, right.
And you mentioned that you met in college and found one another through film school or something like that?
We were taking film classes for he was actually a math major and I was a music major, and so we were just taking it for credits. But we were there, we had to make our first thing was a 16 millimeter 5-minute film. And so they said, partner up. And we quickly realized that everyone else in the class kind of wanted to make black and white sexual exploration pieces and things about being eating meat's bad and all this stuff. And so we're like, want to do some fart jokes?
It was across the room. It was love at first sight. Fart jokes.
And to you guys, I'm guessing that this is just another day at the office. But to other people, there's always controversy. And have you put up with that in other parts of your life? I mean, did it happen early on, or is this something that's just come to you with the series?
I got reminded of this today. When I was a kid, I was in 6th grade, and there was a talent show, and I sort of wrote my first sketch, which was called The Dentist, and I played the dentist, and I had my friend play a patient, and it was sort of what can go wrong at the dentist. And I just remember I had lots of fake blood and everything, and finally his head explodes, and it was basically my parents got a call from the school. They were really upset, and the parents were really offended, and the kindergartners were all crying and freaking out. And so I remember I had to go to the kindergarten class and explain, I'm just playing a character, I'm not really a dentist. And I'm in 6th grade. And it's sort of the same thing I've been doing ever since, really.
Yeah, it's kind of haunted and followed you, hasn't it? I think that there is always a certain element of danger. I believe I've read that people's heads actually have exploded at the dentist. I think it's happened, hasn't it?
Yes, and just like now, we're just trying to inform people, and some people get pissed off.
Yeah. And you're beginning now your 10th season, and how many shows do you put in a season?
7 or 8 or 4 or 5, I don't know.
No, now it's down. We do 14 a year.
14 a year.
Yeah.
And what is the process? You guys draw all of these up and then send them to an animator, or the animator draws them up and sends them to you, or how does that work?
Well, we do the whole show in one building in Los Angeles, and there's not many animated shows that do that. They usually send their stuff to Korea, like The Simpsons, Family Guy. They send it to Korea to get animated. We do everything in house on computers, so we actually do a whole episode beginning to end in 6 days.
Right. And the voices are all taken care of?
We do all the voices.
Taking care of is that's a good, strong, that's a good way.
Not really taken care of, but we do it.
They're done somehow.
But it's great because we have, we still write, produce, and direct every episode ourselves. So it's like that's really important to us not to hand it off, and we can do the show where Saturday, Sunday, we're in there, we're like, this doesn't work, let's try something else. We'll run in the booth, record it, we can see it animated in 4 hours.
And all the characters sound alike, so,
Making any difference.
After all this time.
But that's the same way like running a restaurant. You got to be there every night.
Exactly.
It's the same damn thing.
It's just like running a restaurant.
Why don't you open a restaurant, for God's sake? That's where the real money is, my friend. And is it Isaac Hayes who is not continuing with the show?
Yeah, Isaac Hayes just quit.
And he was what was
he was the voice of Chef, and has been, actually in the last 5 years he hasn't been a huge part of the show, but we did a show last season about Scientology,
And Isaac Hayes is a Scientologist.
He's a Scientologist.
And we knew we're like, boy, you know, Isaac might quit over this, and sure enough, he did. You know, and so. But
Well, sometimes.
It was just
Sometimes you go to the dentist, your head explodes. Yeah. The same thing. 10 years is just remarkable. And of course, here's the question that everybody says, well, how many more years do you think you want to do this?
17.
17 is a good.
exactly 17.
We always, you know, we said after 3 years, we're like, wow, we've done this a long time. We really should quit. But after every season, we feel really good about the season, you know.
Go.
And so
That's all that counts.
Yeah.
Beginning their 10th season, March 22nd on Comedy Central. Trey, nice to meet you.
Nice to
Thank
meet you.
very much.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations. Nice to meet you. Trey Parker and Matt Stone, everybody. We'll be right back.